Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, good morning everyone. How are you feeling today? I hope you are in good condition and happy situation. So we are from the fourth group of language assessment, and today we will discuss about principle of language assessment. Before we start our material today, let me introduce members of group 4. The first one is Rayhan Muharram.
Hi.
Hello Rayhan, say hi. Okay, good. The second one is Ayu Wulandari. Ayu. Okay, great. And last, it's me. Hello, guys. I'm Syifa Nurfathya as moderator is in this our presentation. Okay, without any further ado, let's begin this presentation. Here we would like to explain about practicality and reliability in principle of language assessment. So the first presentation will be delivered by Ayu. Ayu, are you ready? Time is yours.
Okay, thank you, moderator. Today, I would like to explain about assessment. What is assessment? Assessment is one component of teaching and activities. By doing assessment, teachers can hopefully gain information about every aspect of their students, especially their achievement. An aspect that plays a crucial role in assessment is test. And a good test is constructed by considering the principles of language assessment. So, assessment is a key component of learning because it helps students learn. When students are able to see how they are doing in a class, they are able to determine whether or not they understand course material. Assessment can also help motivate students. If students know they are doing poorly, they may begin to work harder. Just as assessment helps students, assessments also helps teachers. Frequent assessments allow teachers to see if their teaching has been effective. Assessment also allows teachers to ensure students learn what they need to know in order to meet the course's learning objectives. That's all from me. Back to moderator.
Okay, thank you, Ayu. Next slide will be delivered by me. I would like to explain about practicality. The first characteristic of an effective test is practicality. Practicality relates to the consideration of course a test, time allotment, test administration, and test scoring. Practicality in assessment means that the test is easy to design, easy to administer, and easy to score. Practicality refers to the action of the assessment method and its relevance to the overall learning goals in the course. No matter how valid or reliable of test, it has to be practical to make and to take. This means that first, cost. A good test should be relatively low in the cost. The test should not to be too expensive to conduct. It is economical to deliver. The cost for the test has to stay within the budget and avoid conducting tests that requires excess budget. And a test which is prepared in a PowerPoint display for the whole class can be cheaper compared with the use of paper, but it may not be practical because it is difficult for the student who need to think longer or faster, but does not sacrifice the quality of the test. And the second one is time. Another consideration is time allotment for doing the test. Approximately between half an hour and 2 hours will be appropriate length of time. A test which should be finished by secondary school student in 5 hours will be too long. The student may get tired after the first 2 hours, and so they may hardly concentrate for the first rest of the time. The loss of concentration will lead to an unreliable result of the test. And the third, administration is relatively easy to administer. For example, using ordinary classroom and its available facilities, a test which require students to do in special computer laboratory with internet facility will not be practical if the facility is not fully available at the school. When all the required facilities are available, of course, we may construct any test method as we like. And the last, scoring or evaluation procedure that is specific and time efficient. So, subjective scoring will tend to have problem or of reliability. This problem is explained further in the following subtopic of reliability. And this will be not practical in the same way if, for instance, test which is procedure the scoring and the number of readers for the example should be reduced. Okay, next slide. The second characteristic of a good test is reliability. A test also has to be reliable. This means that the test results are consistent and dependable. If students of similar skills level take an assessment, they should achieve a similar grade. Additionally, if the students were to take assessment, their scores should be similar to take proficient score, assuming that the student didn't study more after taking the first assessment. If you give the same test to the same student or match student on two different occasions, the test yields similar result. Reliability refers to the consistency of the score obtained. It means that if the test is administered to same student on different occasions, with no language practice work taking place between these occasions, that and produce almost the same result. Reliability actually does not really deal with the test itself. It deals with the result of the test. The test results should be consistent. There are statements on the reliability that are keep the instruction language simple and give an example. Use language that is similar to what you use in the class so as not to confuse students. If possible, ask a college to do the best before you use it in with students. And last, for testing productive skill such as writing and speaking, have two markers and use standard grading criteria. Okay, that's enough for me. Next slide. Next speaker is Rayhan. Are you ready, Rayhan? The time is
Okay,
yours.
Thank you, Syifa. Here I would like to describe the four kinds of reliability. And there are, the first one is student-related reliability. Second is rater reliability. The third one is test administration reliability. And fourth one is test reliability. For the first one, next slide, Syifa. Sorry. The first one is student-related reliability. This kind of reliability refers to temporary illness, fatigue, a bad day, anxiety, and other physical or psychological factors of the students. Thus, the score obtained of the student may be not his or her actual score. So this first kind of reliability refers to the factor that influence student scores, such as when students um, are sick or fatigued or tired with an unfit body condition, surely will affect to the concentration power of the students, and so on. If the student has a bad day or an anxiety, the student will be stressed and the score obtained will not optimal and may not be the actual score. Boleh Sri, next slide. For the second one is writer reliability. Writer reliability deals with the scoring process. Factors that can affect the reliability might be human errors, subjectively, and bias in scoring process. This kind of reliability fall into two categories, and they are inter-rater reliability and intra-rater reliability. For inter-rater reliability, it occurs when two or more scorers yield inconsistent scores of the same test, possibility of lack of attention to scoring criteria, inexperience in attention, or even biases. For the second one, inter-rater reliability, it is a common occurrence for classroom teacher because of unclear scoring criteria, fatigue, and bias toward particular good or bad student, or simple carelessness. The importance of this rater reliability is when designing, people are subjective, and so different observers' perception of situation and phenomena naturally differ. Reliable research aims to minimize subjectivity as much as possible so that different researchers could replicate the same result. And when designing the scale and criteria and data collection, it's important to make sure that the different people will rate the same variable consistently with minimal bias. This is especially important when there are multiple researchers involved in data collection or analysis. But how to measure it? To measure greater reliability, different researchers conduct the same measurement of observation on the same sample. Then they calculate the correlation between their different sets of results. If all the researchers give similar ratings, the test has high greater reliability. Okay, I think that's all from me. Thank you, Syifa.
Okay, thank you, Rayhan, for your explanation. For more last point in reliability will be delivered by Sri Ayu. For Sri Ayu, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Syifa. Now, I would like to continue to explain about reliability part. There are test administration reliability and test reliability. The first one is test administration reliability. Test administration reliability concerns with the condition and situation in which the test is administered. To increase the degree of this kind of reliability test, teachers as the administrators should consider all the things related to the test administration. For example, if we want to conduct a listening test, we should provide a room which is very comfortable to listening environment. The noise from outside the room cannot enter the room. The audio system should clear to all students. Even we have to consider the lighting, the condition of the desk and chairs as well. The fluctuation in administration can be caused by the condition, place of the test administration. Example, listening test becomes unclear because of the street noise. Photocopying variation, the amount of light in different parts of the room. Variation in temperature, the condition of the desk and chairs. Unreliability may also result from the condition in which the test is administered. For example, the administration of the test of oral comprehension in which a tape recorder plays items for comprehension, but because of street noise outside the building, students sitting next to the windows could not hear the tape accurately. This was a clear case of unreliability caused by the condition of the test administration. Test reliability. Test reliability refers to the test itself, whether the test fits into the time constraints. It means that the test should not be too long or short. The items of the test should be crystal clear, that it will not end with ambiguity. Reliability refers to how dependably or constantly a test measures a characteristic. If a person takes the test again, will he or she get a similar test score or a much different score? A test that yields similar scores for a person who repeats the test is said to measure a characteristic reliably. The fluctuation in the test itself can be caused by the time limitation in a test. The test is administered too long, so the test takers might become fatigued. Sometimes the nature of the test itself can cause measurement errors. If a test is too long, a test taker might become fatigued by the time they reach the later items and hastily respond incorrectly. Time tests might discriminate against students who do not perform well on a test with a time limit. We all know people who know the course material perfectly, but who are adversely affected by the presence of a log ticking away. Properly written test items may be a certain score or test unreliability. Maybe that's all from me. Back to moderator.
Okay, thank you, Sri Ayu, for great job explanation. Okay, everyone, we think that's all from our presentation. I hope that from the material we have presented, we can get new knowledge and insight into the principle of language assessment. These materials are important to understand because assessment are one of the most important aspects of language teaching and learning. If you have any question, just drop in the comment section on Schoology. Okay, thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.